And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video I'm going to be riding the AIPAS F3 Max. As you see it right there, this is a folding e-bike, fat tire. And what I want to talk about today is e-bike price whiplash. Why prices are secretly surging up. The e-bike market is currently experiencing extreme price whiplash because a massive 80% tariff wall and surging supply chain costs are forcing brands to secretly spike retail prices, completely reversing the deep liquidation discounts consumers grew used to over the last 2 years. While warehouses were recently overflowing with unsold inventory, that clearance era is rapidly evaporating as new import penalties hit the industry. The hidden economy forces driving this sudden e-bike price surge, break down into several distinct pressures. The 80% tariff wall. The single largest driver of the price whiplash is trade policy. After a brief period where the Supreme Court struck down certain restrictions, a combination of Section 301 duties, the expiration of historical exemptions, and new administration policies have quietly pushed the total tariff burden on Chinese imported e-bikes and components past 80%. Because the vast majority of direct-to-consumer e-bike brands rely heavily on Chinese manufacturing, components and battery cells, they can no longer absorb these costs and are quietly passing a 10% to 35% markup directly onto showroom floors. Component and raw material surges. Beyond the import taxes, the core raw materials required to build a reliable e-bike have climbed steadily. Metals, aluminum, and steel prices are up 15 to 20% respectively. Electronics, the cost of lithium-ion batteries and specialized hub mid-drive motors continues to face upward pressure due to global battery demand. Packaging, even the heavy-duty corrugated cardboard boxes used to safely ship a 70-pound e-bike to your doorstep have jumped in price. The current deficit. A weaker US dollar acts as a hidden tax on American e-bike buyers. The dollar has shed significant value against both the euro and new Taiwan dollar. Because top-tier e-bike engineering and components are priced in these foreign currencies, American brands are forced to spend more dollars just to procure the exact same parts, squeezing profit margins to a breaking point. Sympathetic industry pricing. In any market, when the largest budget players are forced to raise prices to survive, premium and non-affected brands often follow suit. Industry insiders note that even if a brand utilizes supply chains outside of China, such as Vietnam, Taiwan, or Cambodia, they are matching the rising market standard to maximize profit margins rather than undercutting the competition. So let's hop on and talk a little bit about this. So we are in July now of 2026, and this is where we're getting it, like we are definitely already in the second half of the year, as I say, but this is where you're going to see the prices go up. If you've noticed, e-bike prices have been really, really good this year because they've had overstock of bikes for a couple of years now. And but once that's gone, then you've got the new bikes coming in. And also don't forget too, with the new changes in the batteries as far as safety, and that's going to up the price. You're going to see prices rise. By what I'm hearing, you could see prices increase like $400, which is quite a bit. But right now, there is a lot of bikes out there, so I would highly recommend, if you're thinking about getting yourself an e-bike and you're still not sure, buy one now, like sooner than later. You could wait until Black Friday and see what kind of deals. That is the best time of the year, price-wise, usually to get a bike. There's a couple of things about that, though. Are the prices going to be better than today in November? I don't know this time around. I'm not sure about that. And then the other thing is, once you get into November, the end of November, you're getting into a situation where basically you have lost your riding season, right? You got to wait till the next year. So as good as it is to get the bike, the end of November, Black Friday, the bad is you don't get to ride it, at least in most areas, until the following spring. So that kind of, in a word, it kind of sucks, right? Because you buy a bike and you want to ride it. You don't want to sit there for upwards of 6 months, or say even 5 months, before you can ride it. That's not good. Unless you're willing to take it out, assuming you're in a snow area in the winter, in the snow. Now I could go into the bike lane here, but I always wait for the cars. I don't want to scare them and look like I'm pulling right out in front of them, even though I'm just going into the bike lane. Although up here, it appears as though our bike lane is being parked. Cars are in the bike lane, so they're using it. And we won't get into that, but let's just say that's not legal. As much as they criticize e-bikes, and everything that gets done on an e-bike, gets put under the microscope. It can be the puniest little thing done on an e-bike, but it gets magnified into this great big story. Whereas situations like that with those cars, that's okay. Nobody says anything. But when an e-bike does something wrong, oh my goodness, the world's coming to an end. And, I guess that's just the way it's going to be, but it makes you shake your head. At least it does me. I don't know how you feel about that. Hey, if you do have a comment on that or this topic, please go ahead and let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it would be much appreciated if you hit that subscribe button and join our community. We are growing rather quickly lately, and but we still have about 87% of our viewers haven't hit that subscribe button yet. So now's your chance. Go for it and join our community. It's another very warm day out here. I'm out here like I usually do before it gets too hot in the morning. What time are we at? 9:25 a.m. I didn't check the temperature before I come out, but it's warm. We're supposed to be, the feel-like temperature is supposed to be, the regular temperature is supposed to be the actual temperature. It's supposed to be high 90s, but the feels-like temperature is supposed to be approaching 114 or 15 today. So yeah, it's quite warm. So get out there if you can early in the day or in the evening. I think early in the day is better than the evening personally, but whatever you like. But let me know your thoughts on an e-bike. And did you recently buy one, or are you thinking about buying one here before the end of the year? If you're on the fence, like I say, I would say go for it. You're not probably going to get a better price than right now. So many bikes, like the bike I'm on right now, for example, you can get these bikes for under $1,000, which is crazy when you think about it. Like if you've got short trips and you're not carrying passengers, although some bikes you can carry passengers, an e-bike would be perfect for you to save on the gas prices that are phenomenal out there right now. It's expensive. And besides being cheaper, It's so much more enjoyable to get on a bicycle and ride that as opposed to being in a car and confined. You feel like you're just, you know, right out in the open nature. Makes you feel good. And you're not polluting the air. I don't know, there's something about getting on and riding a bike, be it an e-bike or whichever kind of bike, that it puts you in a pretty good frame of mind, clears your mind, you know, all of that good stuff. And let's just hope they don't ruin it to the point that people aren't going to either be able to afford to ride anymore because of costs of licensing and insurance and just the cost of the bike, and also the nuisance of going through all that, registering your bike and licensing it. Come on, it's a bicycle. I mean, if we're going to do that, if we're going to get to where every bike has to be licensed and insured and all, then you know what? We should just take over the road and get right on the road just like any other vehicle. And if they don't like it, oh well. You know, we paid our share just like you do, so no more complaints about us being on the road. If that's the way it's going to be, then I think they should be right on the road. None of this bike lane business where you're in the flat tire zone in the bike lane. Or I would say this, you're in the Kenny Loggins danger zone, if you know the song from 1986. Gee, come to think of it now, that song is 40 years old. Wow. 40. Top Gun movie soundtrack. At least we got a breeze when we're riding the bike, so it's not so bad, even if it is 90 plus and feels like 100. I think that's what it is right now. It's not 90 plus right now, but the temperature's well into the 80s. But the feel like temperature is close to 100, I believe. We've been getting that up basically every morning, those temperatures, and it's been a long stretch too. All right, so my suggestion to you is if you're thinking about buying a bike, first time buyer, or maybe you're buying a second, third, or fourth, or fifth bike. Some people have lots of bikes, and not just me. And I would buy one now if you're going to. The sooner, the better. I know Black Friday is coming, and that's always a good time, like I say, to buy e-bikes, but I don't know what the price they're gonna be yet at that time. You know, are the prices then going to be the same as they will be now? The advantage of getting it now would be you get to ride it for the summer. You know, we're just into summer now. You got July, August, September, and I would say October for most people too, to ride. And so if you get it at the end of November, then what do you got? You got to wait till the next spring. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that one. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other video that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.